Hola, mi gente. Joe Barreto live from beautiful Hackensack, New Jersey, and the Credit Card Connection Studios. ¿Cómo están, mi gente? Thank you so much for being here. We already got a lot of chat going on here. I got my guys in the backstage right now, so I'm going to say hello to the channel members, to all the people here. If it's Tuesday, you already know it's Hola, mi gente Tuesday. I'm just going to put this out there for you people. Tariq is in the chat, and he's going to start talking a lot of smack because he beat me in fantasy football this week. So, Tariq, I'm going to just, you see how I just blew up your spot right there? So, so let me just start saying hello to everybody here. Sports Dude, how you doing? Charles Puppy, I hope all is well, Papa. I love you. Eric Harper, Eric, I hope you recover quickly from your surgery, Puppy. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Our prayers are with you. We're here for you, and I'm glad that we are your entertainment for tonight. So thank you for being here. DJ Bruce Wayne, you're early this week, DJ. I appreciate you for being here, Puppy. God bless you. God bless you. Eric, again, getting older, you know what? But the alternative is what, Puppy? It doesn't suck. It's all good. You're going to come out stronger. You'll see. We love you, Puppy. Xavier, Mr. 1099 himself, already out the box, starting. Papi, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. You're the best. We love you. You know that already. Richie, the CEO. Richie, how you doing? My love, Richie, to you and your beautiful wife, Kim. Kim, happy birthday, mama. 35 never looked better, baby. That's right. We already know Richie was a cradle snatcher. We already confirmed that. So, Richie, how you doing, Papi? And Mr. MIA, Juan Garcia, Papa, thank you so much. Huepa, Papi, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I love you, Papi. Thank you for being here. Yo, Eric, you're going to have a blast. I promise you that. They're coming on. Johnny Jimenez, Johnny, again, Papi, thank you so much. We had a great convo last week. God bless you. Thank you for being here, Papi. It is really a pleasure for me to have you here. Thank you so much for your support. Always. Woodsy, how you doing? Let's go, let's go, let's go, Woodsy. How you doing, Papi? I got who else? Oh, look, Xavier, don't laugh because I already made fun of Tariq. You know, I know, and I'm not a little late. Yuri, finally, Yuri, how you doing, Papi? Thank you for being here, Yuri. I appreciate you. It's been a minute, Yuri. Thank you so much for being here. And as Woodsy says, hit that like and subscribe, mi gente. I appreciate it. Crawling my way to 5,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get there, people. I'm like stuck in mud there. Help me out, mi gente. Help me out. That was very nice of you. Hola, Yuri. God bless you, puppy. Benjamin, thank you so much for being here. Good evening, my brother. Good evening. Thank you so much. Joshua, how are you? Happy Tuesday, Joshua. Oh, wait. Yuri just came back from Mexico City. You're lucky, Yuri, man. You know what, Yuri? You're savage traveling. God bless you, puppy. Tariq needs to post his first video before we go on strike. You know what? Don't hold your breath, Matt. How you doing, Matt? All right. Chad's Money Minutes. That's right. Blessings to you, Eric, for a speedy recovery. Juan, Ernest, AK Tech Yoda. There's his link tree. Thank you so much for doing that, Juan. I appreciate it. Garrett, my man, switched it up on me tonight. Thank you so much. Wepa, Garrett. How you doing? I appreciate it. My son, John R. gave you guys another 5 memberships. John is the king of the memberships. Thank you so much, John. I appreciate that, papi. That's how you do it. Thank you. Luis, hola, papi. Hola, mi papi. How you doing? And if you guys notice on the bottom where it says hola, mi gente, hit that like and subscribe. And the Puerto Rican flag is there. You already know. I'm repping Puerto Rico hard today, harder than ever. So I'm just going to leave it right there. So I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Wepa, John. Kevin, I hope, Kevin, you get this this membership finally. For the love of God, we got to get this. We got to give it to you. Come on, Kevin. What's going on, Brady? Brady, thank you for being here, Brady. Just got the Hawaiian card for 70. Wow, you're one of the lucky ones. Good for you. That's how you do it, Brady. You and your brother are just next level. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. Airplane Flyer. Oh, buenas noches, Canal de Alegría. That's right. That's right. Thank you so much, Canal de Alegría. I love that. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to bring to you, mi gente, 2 people that have been requested so much. They have so much in common. They're like spirit animals, all right? You're going to have an amazing time tonight. Get your pen and paper. I know that's like taking you back to the 80s. Get your phones ready, whatever it is. We're going to get a lot of learning in there tonight, mi gente. So let's do this. I got adding to the stage my man. There he goes, Mr. Tech Yoda himself. Ernest. Wepa. Ooh, that deep. Oh, wait. Look at that. And then we have In the Dark. And I'm going to just, before I bring him on, Chad is super dad. That's all I'm saying. I'm leaving it right there. Chad is super dad. Super dad, how you doing, Papi?
Wepa!
Oh, he jumped the
What's
gun on
up?
the Wepa. Way to go. All right. How you guys doing, mi gente? What's going on?
Still alive, Joe. Still alive.
And that's Chad's little babies in the back.
Yeah, please excuse me, everybody. Dadding never stops. 24/7 jobs, what I signed up for.
That's
and I
how it
already
should
knew
be.
that while they're normally quiet, tonight was going to be the night everyone's going to be inextricably talkative. it is what it is. But thank you so much for having me here. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you so much, Chad. So for those of you in the chat now, I mean, they've been on before, but I want Ernest, do me a favor, puppy. Say hi to the people. Tell them a little bit about yourself, what you're all about, and why you're here tonight.
Yeah, so I'm Ernest, in case Tech Yoda, also known as Tech Yoda. In case you haven't seen me on here before, I was on one of Joe's shows previously. I'm all about personal finance, specifically simple finance. I can do complicated finance too, but I think once you've done it long enough, you realize that simplification is really where you want to go. So that's what I love to talk about. Credit cards, debit cards, travel, bank accounts, investing, you name it, all those things.
All right. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to do a lot of finance talk today, guys, as well as the usual credit card stuff. And you see Woodsy's here with a question. But while I'm going to bring on Chad to say hi, then I'll go over the question and we can do this one. Then we'll jump into everything else that we have lined up, guys. All right. Mm-hmm. So, Chad, say hello to the gente, people.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Chad of Chad's Money Minutes. I love talking about credit cards, and I've sort of skewed into making people smarter credit card users because I'm pretty much in my end game. So I don't do a ton of applications. I don't do a bunch of shuffling, but I want you to be the smartest credit card user when you walk into the room after seeing one of my videos, so you can catch me on Chat's Perspectives. And that's where I get perspectives on the credit card landscape and some YouTube stuff.
Thank you so much, Papi. I appreciate that. Now, we're going to take this first question, and then we're going to jump into what we have on the agenda for tonight. All right. This is coming from Woodsy. Woodsy, I'm torn between going for the Hyatt card or a Chase Ink Cash or possibly a United card just to build some airline points. Any thoughts for a hotel over airline guide primarily? You guys can pick this up. Let's do it.
Chad, you want to go first?
Oh, sure. I'm going to be quick. I say get the Ink Cash. There is no better Hyatt card than a Chase UR point earning card, period. And especially if you have the multipliers for the Ink Cash, you can probably leverage those much better than you even the Hyatt card, because even on the personal end, outside of spending on Hyatt, you're going to get 2x points pretty much in any other category they're going to give you. And then even with the United card, outside of United, the multipliers aren't going to compare with the Ink Cash, and it's a no annual fee card. Plus, it doesn't count towards your 524. Plus, it doesn't report to your personal credit. Plus, normally you're going to get a higher limit as it's a business card. So that's what I would suggest.
Oh my God, I love it. That was awesome.
That was beautiful, and I'm going to agree with him 100%. I agree with everything he said. The only thing I would add to it is that, and I do have one co-branded airline card, and I'll tell you what it is in a second. But if I were to do it over again, I would not ever get a hotel or an airline card co-branded. I just don't like committing myself to one player in the game. I'd rather take transferable point or convertible currencies, Amex, Chase, UR, doesn't matter, Bilt, whatever, and be able to pick where I want to go when I want to go than be tied down to any of the hotels or the airlines.
I appreciate that, and I agree with you guys. I mean, the Hyatt card, I'm going to be honest with you, and I think CJ did a video this weekend on it. I got the card. I call it, honestly, the Wi-Fi and water card. And the reason is because
Yes.
you only get Discoverist status and you get free Wi-Fi and water when you go to the hotel.
Which by
That's
the
it.
way, you get the same exact things with the Platinum Amex. So
And
what's
it
the
just
point?
it blows my mind.
Yep.
So, but I got it for that, and I got it also. People don't believe me. I had actually some people question me last week when I say, "Oh, I get these cards for the channel." There's no reason for me to really get a higher card. Like, what the heck? I'm not, you know. But I did it because I want to talk about what's good, and like, and I honestly say, the multipliers are whack. The sign-up bonus is technically horrible most of the time, unless they're giving a special bonus. So I would say get the in cash because the multipliers there that you can transfer up the food chain if you have a Sapphire card. You're looking at 5 points easily if you can match what you're going to spend it on. It's great. So I think it's easy. And I'm a United guy, but you can't beat the Chase in cash. So
Yeah,
hopefully
it's just like on American Express. An Amex card is going to be a much better Delta Sky Miles earning card than anything in the Delta lineup.
Mhm.
Period. The green card is comparable at $150 to the Delta Reserve at what is it, 550 now, 650
I think
now?
Something like that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The green card, it's comparable. So I mean that's why I would say do the transferable. I totally agree with Ernest. And can I say I'm having a little fan shock? I love the live with you and Ernest and the knowledge he was kicking about investing. And I'm kind of a little starstruck here. So
Guys,
and
so am
then
I.
and
I
then
always watch
Yoda.
Chad stuff and I'm like always nodding my head. Yes, he's right. And the thing is, this is a perspective that comes when you've been doing this for decades and you're finally, like he said, at the end game and you're like, wow, this was just like, it was fun, but I put a lot of effort in for a couple $100.
Yeah.
This is fire, guys. Thank you. And my last one here is so, Woodsy, I hope we answered your question there, puppy. Yuri wants to know about the Sinesta card. I have Sinesta status through the founder's card, believe it or not. They gave me whatever level it is for them. And I didn't even know Sinesta had a card. I don't think it's a card worth getting, to be quite honest. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that.
Unless you're a loyalist, I wouldn't. All the Sinesta properties I've been to have not been terribly great, even though there is a nice one, if I recall correctly, on Fort Lauderdale Beach, right down the street from the Conrad. I was down in that area that has some really nice resorts, including the Four Seasons and what have you. But Sinesta just, I mean, they have some boutique properties. I saw some in Seattle when I was out there, but if you are not really committed to staying with them, I personally wouldn't do it unless you just wanted to, see what other credits they had to offer.
Ernest, what do you think, puppy?
I mean, I'm not going to do a hotel card, so my answer is going to be no. But the other thing is like there are other ways to circumvent this, right? So, like for example, IHG is a great example. It's not Sinesta, but IHG several times a year puts their points on extreme sale, right? So, like even if you had the IHG card and you were staying at all IHG properties, which there are people that do that, nothing wrong with that, but you could just buy the points on a points earning travel card, say like US Bank Altitude Reserve or maybe one of the Chase Ceramics, get the cash back or the points from that purchase because it's travel, and then turn around and take the discounted points and use them to reserve your hotel room. Once you net all that out, you're far more profitable than having the hotel branded card.
Well, IHG, if you get, for those of you that like, it's kind of like a double dip, and I thought it was pretty cool. Lonnie mentioned he got the United Club card, right? It's like it's expensive, but with it comes you get the IHG platinum status, right? So
Yeah.
you don't even need to get the card. You could just dump your Chase points into that, and you still got the status that you would get. The only thing I don't think you get is the extra fourth night free because you don't get the card. But who cares? You're still going to be able to get some sort of status and pump your Chase points, UR points into it. So, so Yuri, that's that for us there. And Carlos Castro, how are you, papi? Feliz tarde. Thank you for being here. Filmo in the house, here to have fun and learn what's going on. Filmo. Kevin says to get the Incash. You are right, Kevin. And then what he just said, he's a Hilton loyalist anyway. So just stocking Chase points for the honeymoon next year. Stay at a Thompson or Regency in Boston. Inc. It is. Just wish it was a 90. Isn't it still the 95? Or is that the unlimited? Right, the unlimited is the
It might be the
90,000
unlimited.
offer.
Yeah,
I just got that in the mail today.
And there's one more thing to point out about the hotel things, right? It's like not just the cards, but just the hotel industry. Chad probably knows this, and a lot of others may, but the hotel industry is not what most people think it is. Hilton, Hyatt, and Marriott do not own all the properties, right? There are these mega conglomerates that have bought up the majority of the properties, and they do what they call flagging the property, right? So it's owned by an independent hotel group, and they put a flag on it, Marriott, Hilton, whatever. And in my opinion, this is solely my opinion, the quality of these hotels has dropped drastically over the last 5 to 10 years. And it's because, again, Marriott, Hyatt, and the other ones, those are pristine brands, right? You look at them and they're gleaming, but the companies that own the hotels are constantly trying to cut costs, right? And it's like they were already on the way down right before COVID hit, and COVID just pulled a Tanya Harding on them, right? And that was it. And so that's another reason I find trouble. And the last 2 years, I've been traveling, 12 plus times a year, and I'm staying at different hotels on purpose: Hiltons, Marriott's, Hyatt's, other ones, IHG's, Drury's. And the common thing I see is just a general severe drop in quality, especially in the cleaning of the rooms. I mean, when my feet are black on the bottom from walking around the room, it's like, no one turned this room over. So again, the loyalty is not there because, again, it's not Hilton, Hyatt, and Marriott don't own the actual properties. Those are owned by a third party. So, and the third party doesn't care who you are. So that's just how that goes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Ernest. Joshua says thoughts on the best bank with physical locations to have a checking account with. This is right up your guys' alley, guys. We have to jump on this one. It's going to lead us into the next.
Chase, hands down.
Yeah. I mean, I would say between Chase and a bank that I don't particularly care for, Bank of America, they too tend to have a lot of brick and mortars in over quite a few markets. Yeah. But Chase is definitely the big dog on the block with most assets under management, so they're going to have more places.
Right. I mean, I have Chase and US Bank, but Chase is the bigger one as far as like they're. Now, yeah. I mainly deal with credit unions, but I do have those local banks in the event I need to run in and do something in person, which is rare. I mean, once a year I might go into a branch, but the thing is that one time it is critical that I go into that branch. So,
no, I agree with you. I think Chase as well, even though I have a Citibank account as well with, but I've had that for the longest. Where I live here in Jersey, I'm lucky that I do have brick and mortar branches, and they're phenomenal. Like I did the walk-in into Bank of America. They were outstanding because they have your regular banking counter, and then you have Merrill Lynch there, and then you have stuff for home loans, and they really have it on smash, and Chase as well. So you can't go wrong with those guys, to be honest with you. But honestly, if there's a credit union near you, I've just seen the more of that, like the familial feeling that you can go in and you're treated a little differently because you're a member. You know what I mean? And I've seen good sides of that in certain credit unions that you can be a part of. So we're going to jump in now. Hello to Bobby Yakuzo. Thank you for being here. Frugal Dad, how you doing? Frugal Dad, thank you for being here. Jesse, YouTube experiment. Jesse's going to be with me on in a couple of weeks. And he's right. I never stayed in a real place other than when you just went to New Orleans because I didn't feel like moving 5 nights. I rarely do that. Keith, wait, Keith? Is this Keith?
Is that the Keith?
Is that the Keith?
Him? Yep.
Keith, welcome back. I was asking about you, Keith. Hope all is well. The Hyatt Biz card requires spend on it to perform. It's a legit business card. I can spend to status, and after I hit globalist. No, and that's the thing. You're right, Keith, 100%. And welcome back, Keith. But for most people, the regular Hyatt card, I'm just saying, it's just, I don't see the need for it. That's the only problem I have with that. But
yeah,
Keith,
there's a very specific type of person who might benefit from the airline specific and hotel specific, and that's usually somebody like before COVID, actually way before COVID, I used to do consulting, and I was traveling all over the United States and Western Europe, traveling 50 plus weeks a year. In that case, you could say, well, I only stay at Marriott's and I only fly United. Sure, that might work, but for the average person, that's not going to happen.
You're right. No, you're right. Right now, I have to schedule a trip to Portland, Oregon next year. I've never been there, and I'm like, okay, what airline?
Oh, you're gonna
Because
love it. It's
you know,
Portland's beautiful.
so and
Yeah,
I went to United first because that's what I normally use, but they have a
Alaska.
lot of connections, and the flights are expensive. So I got to
you're
keep
gonna
looking.
go. You're gonna go through PDX. One
Alaska.
of
What
the
they said.
best bets is getting a PDX from Newark. Even though you want to go with United from a hub there, the closest hub city is going to be Seattle, which is a Sky Team domain. But from there, they actually fly a lot of Alaska flights across state in Washington and up and down through southern Canada, all the way down into Los Angeles and Las Vegas. I used to work out there. I was
Mhm.
when I was consulting for the veteran for the Department of Veteran DFD, the VA.
Department of Veterans Affairs.
The
Yeah.
VA, yeah.
Yeah, when I was consulting for them, I worked out there and I spent a lot of weeks out there. So you may want to look into a Sky Team carrier connecting through Seattle. You'll probably find better luck, more routes, lower rates.
Yeah.
Thank
Alaska owns the West Coast. Like it's just,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there are other airlines here, obviously, but if you like Alaska's PDX, Alaska, Southwest, there's a couple others, but
Yeah, I've never
Alaska's
flown
probably
those, so
the
it'll be
big one.
interesting.
Because even when I flew Delta, Delta had my connecting flight finished through Alaska. They partner across
Mhm.
alliances.
Okay.
That's how strong Alaska has as a foothold. But coming from the East Coast, they're not as strong out here. So you may want to
Right.
take another carrier out there and connect through the PDX.
I'm gonna have to do that. Thank you, guys. David Gomez, Wepa Puppy, how are you? I appreciate it. Juan is saying that's why he wears Crocs in the room always for that reason, because of the black feet.
That's good.
Yuri says Chase opened up his first branch in where he lives. Kevin saying all hotels got worse after COVID. It's lazy. Now, you guys, it's lazy. I call him. He does the Euro chats. It's lazy. Welcome. Right now, it's 1:30 in the morning for him. Wepa. Good late night in its time. Thank you for being here. You're just a beast for doing that. Thank you so much. So let's jump into it. Wait, I got one thing on Alaska flies directly from JFK to Portland.
Oh,
My problem is going to JFK. Oh,
That's what everybody says. Like everybody's like, I want to go out of Newark. And I mean, I'm not from that area. I've flown into both. JFK is bad, but I didn't know it was like that big of
it's
a
just
difference.
getting there from here. It's 2 bridges and a partridge in a pear tree and over the river and through the woods and everything else. And it's just, but I guess, no, he's right. That could do that. So
from Jersey is a beast. Like I live in, I'm from Brooklyn. So when I go to JFK, it's 2 trains for me.
yeah.
So I don't have a problem going to JFK or whatever. I can hop on a train like easy, because especially if I carry a book bag. But getting there from Jersey, oh my goodness.
Yeah, Newark seems like it's the better option there.
Yeah, it's lazy saying he's back to wintertime. It's 12:25. All right, so you're good then for a while.
Mhm.
So, guys, I want to bring up. We had a lot of things for you today, and you know what, Ernest? Let's start you off, and then you and your spirit animal Chad can go back and forth because I know you've been waiting for this. So let's start with you, Ernest. Tell me what you want to talk about first tonight.
Well, actually, I had a couple of things, but more recently, I don't know if you heard the news about the Bilt card, what recently happened there, right? So, and let me start this off by saying I'm a big fan of Bilt and the Bilt, program. But it bothers me because they're the only ones that have done this type of thing with rent. They're innovating, they're trying, but they're just like it's a hit and a miss all the time. And so they've been doing nerfing along the way. Fine, they're learning, they're growing. The more recent one was interesting. So the Bilt program has tiers, right? Blue, I think it's blue, silver, gold, platinum, just like you would have tiers in like any of your hotel or airline programs. And the way it's supposed to work is, you hit spend levels and point levels and you go up the tiers. And as you go up the tiers, you get benefits. One of those benefits is the transfer bonuses. So generally, whatever the transfer bonus is, it's like a default amount for blue, and then silver, gold, and platinum will get elevated. So usually at platinum, it's like 100% transfer bonus or something like that. Well, they just announced for, I guess it's November, right? Because we're almost to hit the first. That they, instead of doing it that way they're doing a British Airlines transfer bonus. The default was 50. And then there were targeted offers for 100%. And so there were people that had Bilt Blue that were getting 100% transfer bonus, and people like me that had gold and others that had platinum that are getting the 50% transfer bonus. So this is a loyalty program. Okay. And I'm like, and immediately I thought to myself, like, that is ridiculous. Like, what's the point of the tiers at this point? Right. And of course, like, it blew up on Reddit. The guy who Lonnie had on his show, the VP of whatever it is over there, was on there commenting, and he was just getting railroaded on these Reddit threads, because this is like a rookie mistake to do something. Like, you have a loyal. Could you imagine, Joe, if anybody, if so you hold a platinum Amex like I do, right? Could you imagine if Amex sent us an email saying, hey, next month we're doing this awesome transfer bonus to whoever, Hilton, and the green card holders are going to get 100% transfer bonus, and the platinum card holders and the gold card holders are going to get a 50% transfer bonus. That's the equivalent of what they did here. And it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like,
it makes no sense.
Just don't get it.
I thank you for that, because I don't have a Bilt card, but I'm glad that you mentioned that, because there are a lot of people here in the chat, especially, that do like Bilt and use Bilt, even
I
if they
like
don't pay
Bilt.
right.
I want them to succeed like Chase and Amex, because the more competition there is, the better. But these, like, tripping over their own feet and sticking their feet in their mouth, it's like, what? It's like a bunch of kids, 3 kids inside of a trench coat trying to run a business over there.
Yeah.
What do you say to that, Chad? What do you think?
I totally agree, because basically, long story short, this is the absolute opposite of the definition of loyalty. How do you espouse loyalty in people who give you their hard-earned money, and you give the rewards to people who haven't? I am an avid Bilt card user. I've been a proponent of Bilt card, especially when thrown into relief with the vaunted Chase Sapphire Preferred that everyone just loves to love. But this kind of move it's not going to win you any friends. Now, from a business angle, I can always see targeting low spenders, targeting infrequent users to attract them, but you got to give a sweetener to your base who's loyal. You have people who pay their rent on this card every month, period. They're going to get gold, platinum. I don't even know the high, because I'll never hit the highest status, but I think there's a status even above that. It's silver, gold, and platinum, right?
It's
Or
blue,
silver, gold,
blue, silver, gold, and platinum. Blue is like everyone has it, right?
Yeah.
And then silver, gold, and platinum are the 3 above that. Yeah.
Yeah. So with all of that considered, it's just like you said, like it's like you got a backache, so you drink bleach to take care of it. Like, it's a poison pill. That's the best way I can put it. It's a poison pill to attract new business. You are going to poison your entrenched customers, because let's just face it, if somebody switches from the Bilt card, they're not losing anything by switching. It's a no annual fee card. And the no annual fee card market has become cutthroat. It is like craziness. It actually brings me into something I want to talk about a little later with one of my other no annual fee cards, the new features that they've added. Like, you can't play around with no annual fee customers anymore, because they can be more discerning now, because even though they're not paying a fee, there are a lot of things to get their business.
They're value conscious generally, right? Like,
absolutely,
like that. Like, it's no secret the platinum card is not a power earner, right? It's a perk card. That's the reason most of us have it. And the Bilt is not a perk card. It's supposed to be a power earner card. That's the whole point of it. And so that my argument for the whole thing was, like, I understand from a business perspective, if things aren't quite working out, you've got to pivot, you've got to shift things around. But, like, the side you don't do that to is the redemption side, right? You tweak the earning side. If you're trying to encourage behavior, right, you tweak the earning side. You don't tweak the redemption side. Because think about it this way. If Bilt's idea here was, well, we have some low spenders, so we're going to give them 100% transfer bonus, they don't have the points right now to do anything with that, right? Like, you want them to get the points, so you need to tweak the earning side to draw them in so that they can do their transfer bonus later. Some people, the conspiracy people out there were like, well, they're doing this on purpose to get the people that don't have many points to transfer them out now, right, at a lower rate or something. Whatever. I don't know the back end deal that they have back there, but you should never mess with the redemption side, right? Always.
I gotta say one thing from the business standpoint. It's insipid, and it's something, and a lot of people don't look at it this way, and especially us. We're optimizers. You're an optimizer. Joe's an optimizer. I'm an optimizer. But what is the one thing that all credit card companies advertise as far as their points are concerned if they mention them all? It's never transferring to travel partners. It's using them for statement credits.
Mm-hmm.
That is the lowest impact to the company itself because they then define the absolute value of the currency.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of the 8 cents per dollar that I can get for an Amex point, they would love for me to use it at 0.7, 0.6 for a statement credit.
Mm-hmm.
That's just good business. So it's like now they're shooting fish in a barrel with a rubber band instead of a shotgun by messing with the redemption side, because it's like, look, Bilt has their partners that they're picking up. Those contracts are expensive. If they can shimmy out from those and collapse their base of doing redemptions, then they save money on the back end. Now, I might have like my little tinfoil hat on for that, but from a dollars and cents perspective, if hey, you want to get 300 points, you know what? That's $30 off a bill. Maybe that's your minimum payment you'd have to make that month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because not everybody's like us who is going to make sure, who knows that making a habit of the minimum payment is an awful habit to make, unless you absolutely have to. But if somebody can skip a minimum payment, these points are just as good as the rest. So it's like, it's kind of insipid, like how I feel like they're coming after it.
Yeah,
but
and it's hard to figure out what they're doing, but it's like I even then I'm like, I don't know how this is going to benefit them, but sure, like the people who we're putting more spend on are all complaining. They're like, wait, what? So why am I spending all this money and getting gold and platinum if you're going to give the blue people not the same, a better transfer bonus than what I have at gold and platinum? That is ridiculous. That's the equivalent of like, you're whatever the highest level of American status is, and you're on the list to get bumped up to first class, and like the gate agent is like, okay, we're going to pick somebody randomly from coach and put him in first class ahead of everybody else who has the status. That's
Keith is saying that he has platinum status and he's done with Bilt. He sock drawered it. He goes, look at my avatar.
Yeah, it's bad over there. And again, I want them to succeed. I want them to be competitive in the market, but I feel like they don't know what they're doing.
Well, mi gente, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Right now we're at 60 something people. So far, so good. Jonathan Martinez, how are you, puppy? It says, hello, gentlemen. I'm going to San Juan, PR, staying at Hilton Doubletree with complimentary gold status I got via Bilt Rewards promo. While making the booking, the site offered me special promo for Hilton cards. So he wants to know, part 2 of his question, is there a better chance of approval for these card offers?
Let me see.
I would say no, because anytime you're getting pop-ups like that, and one of the most insidious companies that does this is like Credit Karma, right? You go on their website, they're recommending all these cards for you, and like they have no clue whether you're actually gonna. It's like, oh, you would be approved for this, and it's like, okay, well, maybe the credit card issuers are looking at a whole bunch of things. So I don't think there's a greater chance of being approved just because you had a pop-up that was an offer. But I do think that if you would have already qualified for that credit card, then sure, I don't think anything changes. You're not going to get an elevated approval chance just because you saw an ad for a card.
What do you think, chat?
I would go with that, because just to mention Credit Karma uses Vantage. Credit Karma is owned by Intuit. Vantage was created by the credit reporting agencies. They have no sway on whether Amex is going to say, yes, my child, you. You know what I mean? They're not going to push a button for you. It's literally all marketing. So with that, if you already have the Bilt card, you have status locked in, I would just play it safe with that. If they gave you options of elevated bonuses with the Hilton cards, I would either do an incognito window or just go straight through Amex. I would not deal with the marketing, because they're getting paid for clicks, and whether you get the card or not, you don't want to just take the hit for nothing.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Christian Cruz, bueno, papi, tarde pero apenas aterrizando. So he just landed. So he sends us out his love. Thank you so much, Christian. I appreciate you landing and being on. God bless you. Thank you so much. My man, the man, chatting. How you doing, Papa? Thank you for being here. You never fail us. David Gomez is saying that Chase is the closest Chase is 2 hours from him. He goes, so he's stuck with Wells. Matt saying Bilt corporate communications team is bad. And then I need to bring this young lady up. Victoria Loren is my most beautiful niece. How are you, Vicky? Just hopped on. Thanks for the content. Victoria, I love you, baby girl. How you doing, mama? Thank you for being here, sweetheart. Yuri is saying he doesn't rent and doesn't have a mortgage. So they are never approved. Xavier saying I'm flying up and down North Carolina, North California, I guess, right? And the PNW on the regular. When it comes to amassing points for AA, am I better off flying AA or flying Alaskan and using my AA reward number? I have no idea about that. That is my weakness. What do you guys think?
I would say fly Alaskan and use your AA number.
Yeah.
They'll give you the American Airlines points. It's an Alaskan bastion. They have great planes. The service is there, and chances are you'll pay less. I mean, unless you want to save up, because don't get me wrong, Alaskan points are actually fairly valuable as well.
They're
And
incredibly valuable. I was shocked when Bilt got them. I was like, how did they pull that off? Because Alaskan points are,
absolutely. You can do great things with Alaskan, if you have a targeted redemption that you're looking for. But other than that, AA points are kind of like the golden fleece, because I'm doing
which you can only get by getting one of the Barclays, or what is the other card? There's only like two of them.
City and Barclays.
Yeah.
I think Barclays was offering some sort of deal now. It was either 70 or 75,000 points for Barclays. Thing is, Barclays is a pain in the neck sometimes to get approved for. Travel blogger Buzz, how are you? Thank you for being here. Bilt blows money from investors on paying Paris Hilton and Martha Stewart instead of actually doing anything other than gimmicky things, but you give them credit, pun intended. They took Wells Fargo for a ride. 100%. Yuri says, use AA. Matt is saying double-edged sword. Keith is saying, wait until Hilton is running an elevated sub through Amex. That's a good point, Keith. Too easy. Thank you for being here. Bilt having targeted transfer offers first of the month.
That's the one. That's the one we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about. Yep. Wait, he's saying he got the look at this. This is right off the presses. He got the 100% bonus for BA.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, no one can figure out how, like, whatever the guys, I can't his name, Rick, or the guy was on Reddit was like, trying to explain.
Oh, Richard Kerr.
Yeah, Richard Kerr. He was like trying to explain without explaining, and people were like, "How does this even happen?" And he said something about like, we're trying to. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not going to quote it, but like, we're trying to modify behavior here or something like that. And I was like, this makes no sense.
You got it there. What does it say? 100% transfer.
See,
wow.
He got 100, and I'm gold. I ran a lot of money through that card, and I got 50. So it's like, how did you even come up with that? Now, granted, I have no need or want to transfer to BA, so that part of it doesn't matter. But what does matter is,
what are you, Chad? I can't see it, puppy.
I'm blue.
He's blue. See, this is what I mean. And so, like, that doesn't matter to me. But twice this year,
Chad, why are you blue, Chad?
He's blue because he's got Twice this year, I did massive transfer bonuses out of Bilt for Alaska and for Hyatt. And now I'm thinking like, well, what happens in a couple of months when I'm ready to do another big one? And I only get 50% transfer bonus, but somebody who has blue gets 100. It's like, well, now Bilt is costing me money. Right. And that pisses me off.
Oh, Too Easy just said it. He's only blue. Crazy. Going to transfer 30K.
I would too. If you're blue and they're giving you, I mean, hell yeah, I take it. I mean,
that's crazy.
That's 100% upside with zero risk. Do it.
Absolutely. So, and those Avios, because as Matt Clausen would say, an Avios is an Avios. Once you get in through not Bank of America, British Airways, you now have entree to Qatar, Aer Lingus, Iberia, Finnair. You can do some damage with some.
Finnair is an awesome airline.
Yeah,
I've flown that a few times, and it's The level of service is amazing.
Which air?
Yeah,
Finn?
Finnair, yeah.
I've never
Going to Helsinki. Yep.
That's cool.
yeah.
So
You can
let
do
me
some
ask you
damage,
guys,
though.
Chad. Now, what do you want to bring up, Chad? You wanted to mention today?
Well, one thing I noticed is that stemming off of our Bilt conversation, the no annual fee card market, because the gold gets so much attention, the platinum, now the US bar, the altitude reserve is the new darling of the credit card community, the Chase Sapphire Reserve. But these no annual fee cards are not playing around. I just got an email about a card that I
100%.
have that I actually like, and that is the Fidelity
Mhm.
Visa Signature Rewards card.
Look, QC man just said that right now.
Yep. I have the same card. It was already
Yeah.
good. It was already
It's an
good.
awesome card.
And then they sent that email, and Chad's about to tell you, and I was like, "Hey, strictly better. I'll take it."
What
Yeah.
is this again? Fidelity Visa? What is that?
Let me get it for you.
Oh,
I'm gonna get it
snap.
right now.
Yeah. So while he's
Oh,
getting
snap.
while he's getting it, so Fidelity Investments, the company that we talk about a lot for where you invest your money and where a lot of people have like their 401ks and IRAs and stuff, they actually have a credit card that's issued by Elon Financial, which is owned by US Bank, ironically. Chad will show it. It's the thinnest, crappiest, ugliest looking card you've ever seen in your life, but it is a great card.
Wait, now I'm disappointed, Chad. Let me see.
That's it.
That's like Hulk Green. What's it?
Yeah. The Fidelity Rewards Visa Signature. Now, the thing with this card is that you get 2% back. I'm sure Ernest already explained it, but now, in the time that I've gotten it, they have taken away foreign transaction fees. Sweetheart. They've taken away foreign transaction fees, so you can use it worldwide. They've just added secondary
LDW.
CDW,
Mhm.
and now they're giving you basically $100 discount on global entry by way of when you spend on it, you'll get an extra 10,000 points, which you can then invest and get a return. This card is what the Robinhood Gold card can hope to be without the subscription.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? The Robinhood Gold card, you get 3% on everything, but you have the Robinhood Gold membership. This is 2%, no annual fee, Visa Signature benefits.
Mhm.
I've done a video on all the levels of Visa, their standard, signature, and in Visa Infinite.
You get the concierge, you get the hotel collection thing, you
get it all.
get purchase protection, trip protection, CDW, LDW, and now the global
Cell
entry
phone.
pre-check cell
What
phone.
was the credit limit they gave you, Chad? Do you remember? Can you share?
I want to. It was between 12 and 18,000.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know if they're difficult to apply to? Is it one of those that's a pain? Like,
no, I was able to do it right on Fidelity's site, and I got an elevated offer when I spent, I think it was 500. They gave me 150.
Yeah.
And
They will routinely send me emails saying like, if you'll spend 3,000 on the card in the next X amount of time, we will like give you extra points, or
Yeah.
Routinely it happens, and I'm like, well, it never lines up with what I'm doing at that point in time. But yeah, like if that right now, like if I had to say I can only have one card and I have to get rid of everything else, that's the one I'd keep.
Yeah, they have a travel portal.
I'm glad you said that. That is so cool to know.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Chad and Ernest. I appreciate it.
And yes,
that.
Keith, they did have a transfer bonus to Hyatt. You know what? Maybe they didn't have the bonus to Hyatt. They had the bonus to Alaska, which I maxed out that bonus. Whatever the limit was, 100,000 points or whatever, or 50,000. I sent them all across. But I did transfer a bunch of points to Hyatt. And the thing with Hyatt, and I'm sure it's the case with all the hotels, but the great thing about Hyatt is like, if you take the Hyatt Place line of Hyatts, which are like not their, super premium, you can get nights for 3,500 points at Hyatt
They're
Place.
nice hotels, and they're nice.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them.
No.
And they're not great, but they're not Super 8s, right? And Motel 6s, like, they're decent, and you can get great deals on Hyatt. Is probably the best program out there. I still wouldn't get a co-branded card, but Hyatt's probably my favorite of the chains right now.
Now, Too Easy wants to know any updates on the rumored U.S. bank closing applications on the U.S. bar. something like that. Haven't seen any data points on that.
Now, I was just talking. That's funny. I was just talking to Joe right before we came live about how I'm gardening right now. Right, I'm gardening until January 2026. I, much like Chad, do not cycle through cards, and that's mainly because I hit end game at the beginning of this game. Only because, again, I was traveling a lot for work and doing consulting work, and so I had Joe. I know you remember this, but before there was the platinum, the gold was like an all-around card.
Yeah,
it was travel and dining, and then at a certain point, Amex like forked off the platinum as the travel card, and then gold was like dining, and then maybe a little bit of travel. Well, that's when I started out with the original gold that was all around, and then when the platinum came out, they gave me a offer to go to the platinum, and I did. That is like, as Chad is saying, I think the credit card game right now is under a massive shift, and the no annual fee cards are coming on strong. And actually, Joe, you had a video recently that really got my attention because I'm not a fan of Wells Fargo at all for many reasons. But if they're not coming out swinging with their no annual fee cards over the last couple of months, right? I'm not gonna lie and put them down. So anyway, going back to the US bar thing, I didn't hear that rumor, but I'm actually concerned because I've been using US Bank more lately to curry their favor, because eventually I want to get, like, I think US bar is my ultimate end game. That's where I'm going to land. And I want to combine it with that new Smartly card they're coming out with. I'm already on the waiting list for that one, which is like, it's 2% baseline. If you have like 25 or 50K or something in there, then it's 2.5.
And it jumps, right?
Yeah, and then it goes all the way up to
kind of like Bank of America with their
exactly, but it goes up to 4% and it's flat. Like, you pair that with a US bar and they're both from the same bank, like, you've got a duo there that's pretty hard to compete with, right? So if they end up stopping the US bar applications, I'm gonna be really sad. I'll be really sad.
Well, I want to say a quick shout out here to my sister, Rachel Velez. How you doing, mama? Thank you for being here, sweetie. Chad, your fan is here, Chad.
I love Rachel. My wife loves Rachel. Everybody loves Rachel. That's the homie. We were hanging out.
Well,
love meeting her in NOLA.
Yo, Ernest, you got to see my sister one day. She's a trip. Mama, how are you, baby? Jonathan has a follow-up. The Hilton Cards bonus spend offered were very reachable compared to the standard offer on Amex. So they offered him, example, Hilton bid 6K in 6 months versus 8K in 6 months. And the difference in the bonus was only 25,000 points.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is Ayudele. How are you? Hi, gentlemen. My annual fee just posted 2 days ago on my Amex Gold. Retention offer was declined. However, I was offered an upgrade for 75,000 points for 6,000 for 6 months, and 175,000 for $20,000. I mean, that's a lot. The second one is a lot. 20,000 is a tough spend.
Yeah, that's weird. So, like, it's funny because I just got tired. Amex is. I'm gonna tell you this. Amex is on their game. Like, I got a Blue Business Cash from them earlier this year, and I ran a lot of business spend through it, and I literally just got to the point where I hit the cap on the 2% cashback, and like immediately I get an email from them saying, you've just been pre-approved for the Blue Business Plus. Would you like to get that? And I'm like, how did you know that I had hit the cap on the other card for the 2%? So like, they are on there, they know, like, they know exactly. It's almost like that that thing that they have the cattle where like it kind of narrows as they're going into the kill. Yeah. That's what Amex
start fencing them in. Yeah.
That's what Amex.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I had one of my subscribers. His name is Prince. He's going to be on with me in a couple of weeks. He lives here in Jersey, and he was telling me how, he's downgraded and then got upgraded to 50,000 points, on cards with Amex. A lot of people, that seems to be the deal that you guys have, like I said, Chad, Sledge, and Caesar have really put me onto it. That's one of the best ways to, if you're only going to get one lifetime, fee, bonus, then you might as well do that.
That's exactly what you do. You downgrade to the green and then just wait, and inevitably you'll get the offer, right? Like, it'll happen every single, like, because you got to understand what Amex is trying to do here, right? Like, they're not stupid. Chase isn't either. They see what's happening with these churners, right? So all of this family language and stuff is literally just to put the brakes on that, because they know that those are not loyal card holders, right? Those are just people trying to churn it and get money for it, which, hey, if you can get away with it, more power to you. But Amex put the kibosh on it, and they were the first, but Chase and others are all going to follow suit.
100%.
Absolutely.
Benjamin says, is it a rumor that or true that Capital One is trying to purchase Discover Banking? Yeah, that's going to go on next year, right? They didn't get it by the end of this.
They've already done the purchase, but it's awaiting federal approval. The regulator. Yeah.
Okay. Too easy. A lot of people bash on Wells, but they're going up there. Don't sleep on Wells. No, I'm telling you, Wells for me so far has been great. I can't complain with them.
I got to give them
Again,
credit.
not banking. The credit
exactly. I would never hold $1 in one of their bank accounts, but their credit card, they have come out swinging this year. I mean,
right there, Maluma. The only way to get in and see him was through Wells. So little perks like that make it different for no annual fee. I don't know. I just think it's so worth it.
Did he do once or once en la mañana or the?
My wife. So here's the thing. I sent my wife, my brother-in-law, and then my other son, Ralphie, who was my former student, but is my son for the last 30 years almost. Mm-hmm. They went to go see him. So I have no idea. I'm not really into Maluma, but they all are. And
like said, one or two of his songs. Yeah.
They were rolls off the stage. The sweat was flying off on them. So
That's
it
amazing.
was a great seat at the Palladium. Ayodeli says, I was offered the $225,000 for the business goal to spend $10,000 for 3 months. I need expert opinion in picking one. I would say based on what? The dollar value to the points. I would say that 125 bonus for 10,000 isn't bad because their normal offer is what, 100,000, guys?
Yeah, I think the 125 for 10, if you can swing it, is going to give you your best return based on his previous posts as well.
Yeah, because he said 75,000 for $6,000 or 175 for 20,000. That's a lot. You figure that's only another 50,000 for another 10,000 spend. That's a waste.
Yeah, but I mean, he's talking about a business card here, right? So like, I mean, I already ran out the 50K cap on one of my business cards, and I'm about to open another one, and I'll probably run out that cap before the end of the year too, on business spend. I don't do that. But so I mean, if he's got the spend to match the higher offer, just take it, right? Like I would.
20,000.
If he's got the spend, right? Like in his business, like don't go buy crap to try to get.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
But here's the thing. My thing is, if you just look at strictly the numbers, right? If you're just going to base it on that, if you're offered one of the offers was 175,000 points for $20,000. This offer was 125,000 points for literally half of it. $50,000 points for 10,000 additional spend. I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah. From a strictly like
right, that's what I'm saying.
Return on spend, you're right. The middle is the and by the way, that's designed that way by Amex, right? That's not an accident. So I would take the middle of the road unless if he's going to have organic business spend to hit that higher target, there's no reason not to do it, right?
Especially if it's within the categories that he's going to be using for the 4X. Don't do it for the 1X. Because if you do it for the 4X, that additional, that's another 80,000 points in addition to the 175. Now we're closing on 260.
Right.
So I have a question here, and then we'll get to the chat in a second, but this one has to take precedent because it's my sister. She texts me, do you think this is worth it? And it says, Delta Sky Miles Platinum American Express card.
No.
I love it. Oh my God. It says earn a $200 statement credit plus 20,000 bonus miles after you spend 3,000 in eligible purchases in the next 6 months. So 200 statement credit, 20,000 bonus miles, which is like another 200, right? After you spend 3,000 in eligible purchases in 6 months for the platinum card of Delta.
The Delta?
Yeah.
Wait, is that a welcome offer, or does she already have that?
She has a Delta card already. I guess this is an upgrade offer.
Oh, an upgrade offer. I wouldn't take it, but that I mean, I'm not an airline. Maybe
See, and
Chad
thank
has,
you.
maybe
I knew
Chad has a
Chad was
better
going to
idea.
say no because Chad, what is the card that you say is the best bang for your buck with Delta?
It is the platinum. That's the sweet spot. But here's the thing, and I'm gonna roll with Ernest on this because it's proprietary currency. You can't do anything with Delta. That's wasted spend, right? So let's say you got $3,000. You're going to want to maximize that. Are you going to spend it at the grocery store where they have a 2x multiplier or 3x multiplier? You're going to spend it on Delta. If that's the case, you might as well use that shiny new platinum card you got courtesy of your brother and get the 5x spend, and that will work out better for you. I don't tend to do I have a couple of hotel cards. I have a couple of airline cards. I don't tend to do retention offers. I just decide if I'm going to keep the card or not. Period. Because
that's the wise thing to do.
Yeah, outside of the sign up bonus, I don't really do retention offers on them because I'm wasting a lot of spend for currency that I am only going to be chivied into one corner for. So if I find that I don't know if I'm going to be doing the spend on this and I'm paying an annual fee, I'm just going to cut the card off and just reapply.
Yep. The only time I ever do those kind of offers from Amex is when I know I'm going to keep the card anyway. I'm just calling to get the retention bonus. And keep the card
so you're
anyway.
going the up and down route or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to do that anyway just to get points. But if it's like a question of whether or not I'm going to keep the card, I will just cut the card. I'm not going to.
I'm so sorry, guys. My son just found the fart gun. Give me 1 second.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I love it.
That's the first live.
For those who don't have kids, like, let me tell you, kids are awesome. Like my little toddlers.
That just made my day there, Chad.
Yeah.
So sorry, Rachel, I hope you got your answer, Rachel. That's a double no on that one.
Yeah. So the platinum card, like I agree with Chad. The platinum card is your best option there. But here's the thing: if you don't have a platinum card yet, and you're just starting your journey with Amex, and you're going to try to run the ladder from green, when you get to the point where you're going to do the platinum, do the Charles Schwab Platinum, only because you have the escape hatch if you need it, right? Where you can cash out at 1.1 cents per point into your Charles Schwab account. I'm not saying you should do that, but if you need the escape hatch, it's there, and the other platinums won't give you that.
Okay. Thank you, puppy. So we have a question here. First, I want to say hi to Luke. How you doing, Luke? Players, how you doing?
Uncle
Thank
Luke,
you for being here.
Who benches 430.
I'm glad you're here, puppy. Thank you so much for being here, Luke. I appreciate you. Travel Blogger has a question for us, for one of his readers, okay? Is it better to go for a Capital One Venture Rewards card after you get the Venture X or vice versa, and how far apart to apply?
Interesting.
I don't know. Why would you want a Venture Rewards and a Venture X?
Probably for the sub.
Yeah.
The sub. Now, here's the thing. So I'm not an expert in Cap One, although Cap One has gotten my attention lately. Not even the credit cards, the banking side of all things. They're actually up and coming, and they're swinging too, like Wells Fargo. But I do watch everyone's videos on this stuff. And here's the thing, like, if I'm not mistaken, Capital One has the same rule with the venture that like Chase has with the Sapphires, right? You can't have two of them at the same time.
Right.
So you'd have to open one, close it, and then open the other one. Right?
I believe so. And then also, just like Yuri says, 6 months apart.
That's for 6 months.
Capital One apps. And that's across their business product. That's across their business lines. So I don't know about that one.
I think I'd go the other route because if I'm not mistaken, they're both 2x earners flat, right? So like I would do the venture first, and then if you liked it, and because I think that's one of Cap One's weaknesses, is the transfer partners there. If you like the ecosystem and the transfer partners, then upgrade to the Venture X, right? Because that's the logical. I wouldn't go the other way unless there's some. Again, I'm not an expert in Cap One. There may be some kind of thing there that's you can work. I don't know, but it just seems you should go the other way. Venture One to Venture X, right? Just like you go Sapphire Preferred to Reserve.
Also, wouldn't it be better if you're just looking to get a better points earner if you keep the Venture X and get the Saver card?
Oh, absolutely.
Then there becomes miles, right?
That's the duo on their end, which is
that's the better duo. You'll get more points in the long run that way, as opposed to being just 2 points. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
And then in addition to that, always remember your payment processors. You're going from a Visa Infinite to a Signature. There's a marked difference there in credit limit, allowable credit limit. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're probably not going to mess with your credit limit, but if you get the Venture first and you want to go to the Venture X, but you don't have at least a minimum 10K limit, you're not going to get approved.
Yeah.
You're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you do it the wrong way and get bucketed, the Venture X will now be out of your reach. But if you get the Venture X and you go down, you run the risk of being hit for good credit as opposed to the same excellent credit that you got before if you don't space your applications out long enough.
Explain to people the difference between the Visa Infinite and Visa Signature. I don't think anyone has ever really broached that. What's the difference? I know what it is, but what is the difference?
Well, for the Visa Signature, they both have concierge services. They both have premium hotel outfits, but the Infinite is a step above. So like when you have an Infinite card, chances are 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, your CDW will be primary. You'll get
better purchase protections.
You'll get better purchase protections. You'll get what's the other one? Travel insurances are better on the Infinite. There's the Infinite Hotel Collection. There you have a higher credit limit, period. But then with the Signature, all the stuff's a toss-up. So you have some Signature cards like the CSP, which is a Visa Signature that will give you primary.
I was just looking at that in my pocket right now. You're 100% right. Yeah.
And then other ones that will give it to you without. And with Signature, they can kind of tailor the processor benefits that they get more so in order to cut costs. Whereas with Infinite, you tend to get the whole hog.
Yeah. And the same thing is with like MasterCard and the World Elite MasterCard, is the same exact thing, right? Like the issuer gets to tailor the benefits, right? Because there's cost on the back end of it. So it could be all over the place, but generally speaking, the Visa Infinites are going to be like your Platinum Amex. Like you're getting everything you can possibly get in terms of benefits on that card.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Well, Juan has a question here, and this is up your alley again. I bank with Space Coast Credit Union in Florida and EdFed. Can you share your personal experience or perspectives on credit unions?
I'm the credit union. I love credit unions. Like if I could deal with no banks at all, I would prefer that. Credit unions are amazing. Don't get me wrong. Banks have their place, but like my primary banking institutions are 2 credit unions back from Texas, Navy Federal and RBFCU. So, and they're both like military affiliated, credit unions. I love them. I think they're great. And, for those who may not know, the reason I love them so much is, you mentioned earlier, I think, Joe, a bank, most banks, right, are publicly traded. Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, they're beholden to the shareholders, right? The CEO answers to the shareholders. Their primary motive is profit, right? At all costs. That's what they do. So if you happen to align with their vision, great. You're living high on the hog. But if not, you're having trouble with them. Whereas a credit union, when you become a member of the credit union, you now take a part share of that credit union and you get paid in what they call a dividend. You're a part owner now. So the credit union is there for your benefit, right? For you to get credit, loans, whatever the case is, whereas a bank is there for their benefit, not your benefit.
That's a great example. Because what do you say, chat?
I couldn't have said it better. I've never actually had a credit union. I've gotten the most exposure to credit union meeting all you guys in the community, and I have yet to have a credit union account. My mom has had one, but I've heard a lot of people extol the virtues of credits and credit unions, and I love the ideas of ownership and dividend. That's the same principles I use in my retail investing.
Mm-hmm.
No, I thank you. That was an excellent description there, Ernest. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
And they're federally regulated, right? They're part of NCUA, and so they have NCUA insurance, which is similar to FDIC. Like it's not like some kind of rogue entity that you're going to lose your money in. It's literally just as safe as having a bank, right? And the other thing that's amazing about them is they have some really good credit cards. And I'm talking like, I mean, you've heard about the Redstones and all of that because you're trying to optimize. But even like RBFC, for example, has a flat 2% MasterCard, World Elite. I think it's World Elite. No foreign transaction fee, just a flat two. Just it's like the Fidelity Visa, but a MasterCard version, and it's from the credit union. Navy Federal, I mean, their Amex is better than the Blue Cash Everyday from Amex themselves, as far as like
That's what Sledge says. Yeah.
as far as what you're getting from it, right? And then their other two, like their 2% flash cash rewards, another excellent card, right? And then their flagship for travel, it's great too. So credit unions have some really good stuff. And here's the other thing that a lot of people, and no one should ever carry a balance on their credit card, pay it in full every month. However, we all know life happens. Most credit unions, if not all of them, the interest rate they can charge on a credit card is capped at 18%. So this stuff you're seeing of 28, 29, 30 plus on the regular, bank side cannot exist on the credit union side.
Wow. Oh, thank you for sharing. Look at that. Thank you, Juan, for that question, because you can see all the information we just got from it. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I want to say hi to Cesar Joel. Cesar Wepa, how are you, my brother? How's it going, papi? Cesar, I'm sorry about the, PR getting slammed this weekend, but yeah, we'll leave those comments for later.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
I don't know how to talk about that.
I needed to take care of business, as somebody forgot, guys, if you don't mind. But it's that time for the Wepa Red extra wallet. All right, Wepa Red, Desert Red, Burgundy, Barretto Burgundy, whatever you want to call it. The extra wallet is fire. Right now, they're offering 30% off, and now they even come engraved. The referral link is below if you want to check that out.
Ooh,
check
engraving.
out the referral links below for any cards. If you're looking to get one, check and see if the offers match what's online. But you do help out the channel with that. I appreciate it. So, mi gente, let's keep going with this. Mike from Watch the Points is here. How are you, Mike? Good to be here. Thank you so much. Okay, so Travel Blogger saying here 75 subs for both. Yeah, they're both the same. The subs are exactly the same for the Capital One cards. Ian, how you doing, Ian? Hola, Papa. How are you? Good to have you here. So QC Man saying you could have both.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm not an expert in Cap One, but they've got my attention lately. I've been paying more attention to them, and I'm
it's
starting
just the 6-month crap that you got to deal with them with applying, So here it is. Filmo saying he has both. All right, so Filmo, thank you, Papi. I appreciate you, Filmo. I hope all is well, Papa. I love you.
I wonder what the purpose is of having, if they're all flat 2x earners, like what's the point of having multiples of the same type of card?
I don't know.
Is it just the sub?
Probably.
Yeah,
you can get the sub, right, Chad?
Yeah. I mean, that would be the only thing, because I have the Venture. I have the Venture and Saber. I have what's called the poor man's duo, because I can't get the Venture X. So I have the Venture, my Saber card, and I've seen their ecosystem, and it's pretty intuitive and so on and so forth. I mean, if you want to have two, but I'm fine with it. And I came up from the Venture One. I just tried the Venture because I wanted a 2x card and it's $95. So it's not a no annual fee card.
Yeah. Chad earlier was saying the no annual fee cards are coming up 100%, but a lot of people don't acknowledge that $95 tier are bangers. Like they're all like dollar for dollar. Like if you're going to pay an annual fee, I think that 95 tier is the best value you can get in cards.
Let me tell you, for me, and maybe it's just stupid on my part, but a $95 annual fee for a card, I don't even count it in my head if it's a good card, because you do get something elevated in some way, shape, or form for most of them. Not all of them.
The transfer partners. That's really what you're getting.
You're going to get that, But Keith makes a good point here. And Keith, again, I'm so glad you're back, Keith. You can't have a Spark Plus and a Venture X business card. So you can't have those two.
Yeah.
So Yuri, thank you for being a member, Yuri. I just realized that, Papi. I'm sorry. Cesar says Visa Infinite requires a 10K limit. So let me ask you guys this. Is that why I have a $19,000 limit on my preferred Chase Sapphire preferred. I was able to upgrade to the reserve if I wanted it. Is that why? Because of the limit? And then that would turn into a Visa Infinite no matter what?
Yeah, because they're literally just swapping the car, like the title on you at that point, because you've already got the credit limit to cover the Infinite, right? So literally it's just like, oh, we're just going to change the name at the end for you.
Okay. This husband is saying he prefers PenFed.
PenFed's great. PenFed's an awesome credit union too. Like
they have some good cards.
They have some good. The one thing is that their redemptions are a little bit wonky on the PenFed side. You can read in about it, whereas most of the ones on the NF Navy Federal and other ones are just straight cash back, right? Like you don't have to fool.
Ernest Juan says thank you for answering his question. Excellent insights.
Absolutely.
Filmo is saying here, and then I'll jump back up. Travel blog, Venture X first, almost a year apart. Okay, that's good to know. Vincent Pasquale. Vincent, how you doing? Vincent's coming in from California. Welcome, Vincent. Thank you for being here. State Department Federal Credit Union. That's a lot of letters there. Caters to expats worldwide and has physical branches in the Washington, D.C. area. They have a flat rate, 2% cash back, no annual fee or foreign. That's spot on. That's a dope card. Vincent does work for the government, so that makes a lot of sense. So Vincent, thank you for that, puppy. I appreciate that. QC man, US bar is a Visa Infinite. It gives out 5K limits, but they're the only ones I know of. Okay. And then Jesse here says, I want a product change to a Navy Federal card, had the platinum for a balance transfer, and looking to keep the age. Do you guys know about that? I don't have a Navy Federal card.
I'm pretty sure you can PC to the cash reward. By the way, going back on Chad's point earlier, the cash rewards card from Navy Federal used to be, it had like this weird tiering thing where it was like 1.25x if you had certain things and 1.5x or something like that. Now they redid it. It's now called like the cash rewards plus, and it's a flat 2% card, no foreign transaction, all the coverages, and it's basically like a clone of the Fidelity Visa almost from NFCU. I'm pretty sure he can PC to that one or the flagship if he wants to. The flagship's it's a 2% flat earner, 3% travel, and then you can redeem, through their travel portal if you want to. I think you can PC to any of those. The one he might have trouble with is PCing to the Amex because you're moving out of Visa to Amex.
True.
They might give you drama for that, but I'm pretty sure he can get either and by the way, cash rewards is also no annual fee. The flagship does have I think it's $49 annual fee if I'm not mistaken, but you get free Amazon Prime with it. So like
Chad, thank you, Chad. Thank you for doing that because I'm done with you. You know what, Ernest? John.
Yeah.
And then you know what's funny, Chad? Ernest is just like la 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 la, and he's spitting all this stuff out that I had no idea that
yeah, I
without breaking a sweat.
I told you,
let him cook.
you guys,
I told you I'm starstruck.
You guys got all like the premium issuers, right? That you got them knocked down. I troll like the credit union market and the debit card market. Like the PayPal debit card has been on my mind for months now, and I've been using the hell out of it. So yeah, I'm moving.
We got to talk about that.
Circles, yeah.
But we need to say goodbye to Kevin because Kevin always tells me, and Kevin, I love you. I'm starting to burn out, but I need to do my own stuff. Kevin is 18.
I love it. He's just like
Kevin always says that. I love you, Kevin.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I respect that.
Yuri's saying he's thinking about downgrading to the Venture One because he doesn't like the new $300 portal discount. Fair enough. Luke, points and miles. Thank you. Hit the like button. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate that, puppy. Thank you.
Luke said do 12 reps and then hit the like button.
Yeah, there you go. I'm in. I could do 1 rep. So QC man saying no benefit to having both in his opinion, just for the sub.
Okay, that makes sense.
Paul Milani coming in from California. How you doing, Papi? Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Filmo says regular venture for me was 100% for the sub, 1 year and done. Keith, more venture cards or more chances to win Taylor Swift tickets.
That's the reason to get it right there. There you go.
Oh my God, Theotis, how are you, Theotis? Thank you for being here. Salute. Thank you for being here with us. I appreciate you. Yuri's gonna buy the tickets from Keith
I
for
know.
Taylor Swift.
He's a Swiftie at heart. We all know it.
Hey,
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Look at it. Ernest, you are fire, Ernest. Here you go. I love this. I love this. So I have a question for you guys. And off camera, Ernest and I were talking about it. I signed up for my first ever online debit card, right? And I mean, I have debit cards, but Ernest, which card were you just talking about?
The PayPal one. Yeah.
And why did you do that, Ernest?
So I've had that PayPal card honestly for a very long time. And the only reason I did it is because I like to try out all of these little financial products. I have a Venmo debit card, I have a Cash App one. I like to try them out, right? And see what they do, see if they really hold up to what they say they're going to do. And I had that PayPal one for a long time, and it was fine. It was like a credit card. You know how you get Chase offers and Amex offers, and I'm sure that Cap One and everybody else has it. So PayPal was doing the same thing with this debit card. So it would be like, spend, or buy at McDonald's and get 10% cash back, right? And so it was like these little things, and I was like, okay, that's cool and it's cute, and I was doing it here and there. But now they've added a thing where you get 5% cash back on so they have several categories. Like one of them is groceries, one of them is dining, one of them is health and beauty or something like that, and I forget what the other ones are. But up to $1,000 in a month, you get 5% cash back. This is a debit card. Okay. So think of your city custom cash. You're getting $500 a month in one category, right? Cash back. There's a debit card that's giving you 5% cash back a month on one category up to $1,000 of spend. You have a debit card that's out earning a credit card by 2x. Okay. Granted, if those categories line up for you, I'm sure the custom cash has more categories, but it's like, to Chad's point earlier, the no annual fee cards are coming up in the world, and the debit cards are right behind them. Like they're making moves too now. So I pay very close attention to that market too.
I got this card for one reason. One of the sponsors that I have, or the affiliates, they pay me through PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I had regular PayPal. Then I got the offer to open a debit card. I have it set for 5% back on groceries, right? But look at what they're offering. Featured offers. 20% cash back for an Uber ride.
Yep.
30% cash back on Instacart. 5% cash back on Starbucks. 20% cash back on Uber Eats. 10% cash back on McDonald's. 15% on HelloFresh. 5% on Walgreens. 10% on Domino's.
And by the way, those stack.
Crazy.
By the way, those stack. So like if they had, for example, if they had a 20% cash back on Starbucks and you had the 5% set at dining, right? So like restaurants or whatever, you'd get 25%. You can stack them together.
Well,
it's
you
ridiculous.
Mentioned that, and right here, Walmart, which nobody ever signs up with Walmart, right?
I do.
No, I'm saying the credit card companies,
yeah,
like you can't normally code.
Yeah. I was like, I have the platinum Walmart card. What are you talking about?
So they're giving 5% cash back at Walmart plus the 5% cash back for groceries.
Yep.
10% on a debit card that costs me nothing. That's just because that's where they send me the money.
The thing is bonkers, and it's a debit card. Like this is what I'm telling you. Like
crazy.
If you know where to look, and people ignore them because there's a lot of people. Like it's weird how this entire like finance thing works. Like you have the Dave Ramseys over here that are like, never use a credit card. Those things are evil. You're going to burn in hell if you use a credit card. And then you have other people that are like, only credit cards. And I'm like, no, actually, both. You can have a power. Like I've been putting all of my dining on that debit card for the last 2 months, all of it, and getting 5% back on every single thing on a debit card.
I saw that, and you could change it, like whatever category.
Yeah, every month. So the first day of every month, you get to reselect what category. So you can, if you're not going to do dining this month and you want to do groceries next month, knock yourself out.
But you know what? I'm going to leave it at that for now because I have everything else covered pretty much. The only multiplier I get for grocery shopping is either online with Chase with the Sapphire Preferred or the Strata Premier, which gives me 3 times. So this, I know, I just left it like that. You know, I don't, out of sight, out of mind, and you could just use it. So I think it's fire that's a great thing about this, and I'm glad you brought that up. You also said you had another. Was it another debit card you wanted to talk about, or another No, actually, it was Chad. Chad, we kind of touched upon it earlier, but Robinhood Gold.
Okay.
You said you wanted to bring up. I know you mentioned it earlier. How has that worked out for you? I know you've had it for a minute.
I
now.
love that card.
Get it.
I've been absolutely burning up the strip on non-category spend at Home Depot, fixing my mom's screen and her toilet. Just everything. Walmart, when I shop for the kids. Hey, stop.
So it codes for Walmart for you.
It's everything's 3%.
Oh, it's just flat three. Okay.
Yeah,
Almost
flat
everything. Almost everything. You can't run taxes through it and get the
No,
benefit.
you can't do that.
You
When I
gotta,
first
don't let
got
you
it,
do
I tried
that.
to pay my
Okay.
New
no,
York
you got to
State
stay
tax.
within. You got to stay within like the broad categories and like general non-category. There's certain things they won't do, like taxes are one of them, and there's another two of them. I can't remember what they are, but same thing. People try to run like large amounts through there, and they told them no, you can't do that.
I read that they actually declined it, right?
Yeah, they do.
But
For like normal people who are spending on normal things, it is effectively a 3% catch-all.
Okay.
Yeah, I use it for my non-category spend. When I first got it, I tried to pay my New York State tax. They put the kibosh on that immediately.
Yep.
They would not let it go through, period, whatsoever. But other than that, every other thing that I've used it for has been 3%.
Yeah.
And what do you do with the cash back, Chad? Do you just reinvest it through Robinhood?
No, what I do, because they give it to you in points, they too have a travel portal with 5% on travel that you book through them. So what I do is every quarter I use it to buy American Express stock.
Okay, so you leave it there, is what I'm saying, and then you could buy stock through their portal.
Yeah, because I cash out the points on the Robinhood platform and I turn it into American Express stock. And speaking of that, because I only buy it with those points, because I'm actually doing a running experiment with it to see what kind of return that I can get. So far, I will get you more juice, honey. I will get you more juice. 1 second. My initial investment is netted.
Can I make some juice, please?
It's up 5% total return
Wow.
off the 3% that I got. So I was able to buy like $71 worth of stock with the points. I bought those September 1st and it's up $4. That's 5%. This card is already starting to show increasing returns. So then my next purchase will be what's 3 months from September is what? December?
December. Yeah.
Mhm.
At the
Yeah.
end of the
So
quarter.
I'm just each quarter I'm going to take the points and buy American Express stock with it, and then I'm going to show the total return. And so far, it's returning well.
That's
Mhm.
awesome. Oh my God, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Now, excuse me, I got to
Go get your
for my
juice.
princess.
No, puppy, go right ahead.
I'm
So,
just gonna. I can hear you, and I'll be able to talk to you. I'm just gonna get her juice.
Ernest, this is going to be for you. And there's an answer somebody else put down below. Ian put down. But QC Man says, how is PayPal and the other companies making money with this since debit interchange fees are much lower?
They're probably not making money on it, to be honest with you. But you got to remember what PayPal is, right? PayPal is a payment processor. So this is you could look at this as like the loss leader to get you in the door to start using PayPal. Now, let me explain exactly what PayPal is trying to do here. Okay. If you've paid attention, if you've gone to Walmart anytime in the past couple of months or maybe even a year or more, or like CVS and Walgreens, at the point of sale terminals, you're going to see an option there to pay with PayPal. Okay. What they're trying to do is they're trying to make an end run around the back of the payment processor networks. What they want you to do is start paying directly with PayPal at retail establishments, cutting Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and Discover out of the picture entirely and making PayPal the payment processor. And they're basically going to have pre-negotiated swipe fees, if you want to call it that, where there's like a negotiated rate, say, between PayPal and Walmart, right? Where they split the difference on it. So that's what's happening here. They're trying to cut the credit card processors out. They want them out of the business. And so the debit card thing is to get you into the PayPal ecosystem, get you using it, and then send you marketing stuff to say, hey, next time you go to Walmart, check out with PayPal. Don't check out with like MasterCard, Visa, whatever. Check out with PayPal so that it's running through their payment network, and Visa, MasterCard are not getting swipe fees out of it. That's what they're trying to do. They're not the only ones too. PayPal, obviously they own Venmo. Cash App was trying to do it too. Their Cash App is imploding on itself right now, but PayPal actually has the size, the scale, and the funding to actually supplant Visa and MasterCard at some point.
That's crazy. Thank you for that explanation. I appreciate that.
If I can add, like, I totally get where he's coming from, because I didn't know what I had before. Years and years and years ago, I had a Chase debit card. Now, before the Durbin Amendment, and I'm sure Ernest is aware of it, took effect, on debit cards, you used to earn Chase UR points.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to run all sorts of deals. So you would have your debit card, which was quote unquote powered by Visa. And as long as you paid for things and chose credit instead of debit, you could then earn points that Chase was paying for, until the Durbin Amendment took effect and they squashed the swipe fees down so low to the point where debit cards for a long time gave you nothing. So now you have the Cash Apps and the Venmos and the PayPals, and they're sidestepping it, because I'm sure are they giving you that cash back via points?
Yeah, it's via points, and then you can convert it into cash. It's 1 cent per point.
So they're getting around that by operating as a processor instead of as a bank per se.
Yeah.
So that way they can give you the points and the benefits that kind of mirror a credit card. I think it's a very smart business model.
Yeah.
I tend to skew more towards the credit card angle, because I'm a huge fan of spending somebody else's money.
Yeah.
And by spending somebody else's money, meaning I'm going to pay it back. I don't want to pay interest. It is my money, but all the ancillary benefits and protections that are inherent that normally don't come with bank cards or debit cards, I like to have those in effect for peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me.
And one more thing to add there, Joe. Think about it. The other thing you want to think about is this: PayPal has its own app. So you're familiar with the mobile wallets, right? Apple Pay, Google, whatever wallet, and then there's the Samsung one. PayPal is effectively its own mobile wallet. They just don't brand it that way, right? You add credit cards, you add debit cards. They have their own debit card, but they also have biometric authentication built into it. So when you go to check out at one of these retail establishments and hit pay with PayPal and you put your phone there, you're going to do a biometric authentication to actually make that transaction happen, again, off the credit card networks, not through their network. So from a security perspective, it's impossible for like someone to like take your phone unless you didn't set up. And I don't even know if PayPal will let you use it without biometric authentication. But the point is, like, it's not like someone can just grab your card and go tap to pay at the gas station. They would need biometric authentication to even run that transaction. Right. So like the ability for fraud to happen is significantly cut down.
Thank you. Wow. You guys, well, like Jonathan just said, 100%. You guys are awesome. Senor Joe, you rock. Gracias and big hugs from Spanish Harlem. Happy, thank you so much for the compliment. Thank you for being here, for your support. You guys, I appreciate this. We've gotten a lot of information, a lot of different information, which is what I like. It's not the same old week in and week out stuff with us. So I appreciate that. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. If you're new here, subscribe. But I think most of you here are subscribed, so I appreciate that. But do me a favor, please make sure you hit that like. We have a few more questions, and then we've been on an hour and a half, so I think people want to eat dinner. Yuri's asking, does it count as a cash advance?
Does what count as a cash advance?
I have no idea. I don't know if he was talking about the when you put through the money, when we're talking about PayPal, like if you're going to
so that's working off of your PayPal balance. You don't even need a PayPal credit card. This is entirely within the debit card. So, and this is another thing to know about this. Typically, if you put your money in a PayPal balance, that's not FDIC insured. But the minute you get the debit card, because the debit card has to have a bank as the back end processor for it, it immediately adds FDIC insurance to that PayPal balance. And also, if you have the PayPal savings account, which right now is paying like 4.3% APY, which is better than most HYSAs out there
Forgot about that.
that also has FDIC insurance by way of that proxy. So what PayPal's doing here is like, it's like they're using the banks to make an end run around the banks. It's crazy.
No,
watch
and
Yeah.
so when I added Citibank for them to take the money from, that's what you're talking about. Once I did that and connected that,
Yeah, once
And-
once you put the money in the PayPal account,
Right.
that's what the thing is drawing from. It's not pulling from like a line of credit or a credit. Now you can load your PayPal balance from your credit card or your line of credit, but there's a fee with that. Whereas if you just do a bank ACH transfer, 0 fee, or even with your debit card, 0 fee.
Keith is saying that he doesn't trust them.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't trust any bank.
Yeah,
That's yeah. That goes without
Ian
saying.
is saying that he never used it. He would just draw from PayPal credit line, use it next week and let us know. Juan, chat is all about other people's money. OP, you done with OPM? Yeah, you know me, right?
The Office of Personnel Management.
There is no better money than somebody else's money.
So
I got a wife and 4 kids. I know they know all about it.
Yuri saying he tried to buy VGC at CVS with PayPal, only charged $5.95 fee, but not the $500 it was working last year for the full amount.
I don't know what that
I don't
is.
understand that.
VGC
Visa
gift card.
with
Oh.
PayPal.
Try to buy a Visa gift card.
No idea. I've never bought the only thing I do gift cards with is the Amazon Prime Visa, because as long as they're first party Amazon digital gift cards, it's 5% back on all of them. So I buy like I throw in $100 Apple gift card with every Amazon purchase I do, load that into my Apple account, run all of my subscriptions through my Apple account. And so all of my subscriptions are effectively 5% cash back, as well as any Apple hardware I buy. Phones, computers, Mac, it doesn't matter. Anything I buy from Apple is 5%
Okay,
cash
do me a
back.
favor. Repeat that in slow motion.
So the
Because I heard stuff and I'm like, damn, what am I doing wrong?
So the Amazon Prime Visa, right? The Chase one. It's
Wait, don't even start, because he says it better than anybody else. This is either making me smarter or making me realize how financially dumb I am. Phil, thank you, because that's how I feel right now, Phil.
So I have long said that the Amazon Prime Visa card is a busted card in a good way if you know how to do it. It comes with so many protections, travel protections, CDW, LDW. Granted, it's secondary, but it doesn't matter. It comes with all of those things. If it also gives you access to the Chase travel portal, where you get 5% cash back on anything you book through that travel, which is like Expedia, right? So like you're just a basic 5% off all your travel. And everyone knows it does Amazon and Whole Foods and all that, and that's great. Also does 2% cash back on gas and dining and other random stuff. But where the superpower, as far as I'm concerned, is the gift cards. So if you go on Amazon and you look at digital gift cards, there's third-party vendors, and then there's Amazon themselves sending. It'll say like ACI by Amazon or ACI and Amazon company or something like that. So these are first-party gift cards being sold by Amazon. So think Apple. I don't even know. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of different like food ones. I want to say Uber Eats is on there, Instacart. There's a bunch of them. You can go look, right? Just look for digital gift cards. Those count for the 5% cash back. Now, I wouldn't go abuse it and just buy nothing but gift cards. But say you're putting in an order for an Amazon, throw in $100. What I do is I just throw in a $100 Apple gift card in there with the order, right? So I get 5% cash back on that. I get $5 back. Then I take that Apple gift card and I load it into my Apple account. All of my subscriptions. So think of like my Apple One thing that has, Apple Music and all that. And in my case, not Disney, because I run that through my Platinum, but any of like, Netflix or whatever. If you run them all through your Apple account, your Apple device, in other words, open up Netflix and sign up for it through there, then it runs all of your subscriptions through your Apple account. And those funds are already 5% cash back. So what that means is any subscription you run through Apple at that point, if you're doing it this way, is 5%. It's effective 5% cash back on everything. So that's all subscriptions you run through Apple. If you go buy a new iPhone and you buy it with your Apple account, right? 5% cash back as opposed to the 3% that Apple's going to give you on their own card. Okay. But not just that. You want to go in and buy yourself a Beats speaker at the Apple store, or anything you can order from the Apple Store online, as long as you're using your Apple account to pay for it, that you loaded with those 5% cashback gift cards, you're getting 5% off on everything effectively by doing it that way.
Wow. Now let me ask you, is that just with the Amazon Visa card? I have the Amex one.
I haven't tried it with the Amex one. I have the Amex one too, but I haven't tried it with that one. I've
I have
only
the business Amazon one. That's
right,
what I have.
exactly. I have that one too. The other, and so by the way, the other place you can get away with this is with the Target red card, the debit card. It works with a credit card too, but they have a Target debit card that just gives you automatic 5% off everything at Target. You can run gift cards through that too, just so you know. There's all kinds of ways to do.
And I gotta glom onto his point. The Amazon Prime card, they run periodic bonuses on insurance, on health, on gyms. Spend $100 on utilities, you get 15% back. Plus, they are part of Chase offers, so you can run Chase offers through your Prime card as well. Then they have periodic 5% back on things like on gas, groceries. with your Prime card. And then in addition to that, if you're a real Primeista and you have the Prime card and you get the gift cards, you can combine that with what's called Amazon Warehouse. Now, a lot of people don't realize people get stuff from Amazon all the time, send it back unused. They sell that back on Amazon Warehouse, where you're getting gently used, unused items that have been opened at a discount as well. So you can further your discount with that. Yes. And then in addition to that, you also get or if you use your Ink Cash card, you can use your Ink Cash card to bolster and do the point stack as well, because that's also a 5x UR point earning card as well that you can get gift cards to do.
You guys are amazing.
Oh, and also if you make the Prime card your primary method of payment, which most anyone is if they have the card, every year when you renew your Amazon Prime subscription, you get 5% cash back on that too.
You know,
so
Phil, help me, Phil. Look, even Scott C said, "Give it to me slow."
that card is busted. Like I'm just waiting for the hammer to drop, right, where they're going to be like, all right, we're nerfing this thing. But they're holding strong. I've had that card for years and never had a problem with it.
I'm going to start doing that. Xavier, thank you for the super chat, Xavier. Thank you, puppy, so much. Again, Mr. 1099.
My one issue with the card is that it doesn't have return protection on the Visa side.
That's true. That's true because it's handled through Amazon.
That's my one, and I understand why they don't have it. It's smart of them not to have it, but that's just my one gripe.
Yeah, it's a really, really good card. A lot of people don't realize how many things it has, all the benefits. It's ridiculous and no annual fee. Now you can argue, well, you have to have Amazon. Let me tell you something. Damn near every household in America has Amazon Prime at this point.
100%.
So
you're right.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, if you pay attention to your Amazon purchases, most of the time, if you forego the next day Prime delivery with your Prime, they'll give you 6 to 7% back.
Yes, 6%.
So that's even more points that you can leverage by waiting one day.
And there's one more thing that I didn't mention. There is a section, I forget what it's called. I can look it up later if y'all want to ask me separately, but Amazon runs promotions specifically for the Prime card holders that are often 10 to 15 to 25%. And it's because it's inventory they're trying to clear out of the warehouse. So if you go look in there and there's something that you can get, like, for example, if you're looking for a DSLR for your channel, sometimes you'll get them at 25% off just because Amazon's overstocked on those and needs to clear out the warehouse. I mean, that card is crazy.
You guys, I hope you're all listening, because I'm with Phil on this one. My head hurts, but thank you, Ernest and Chad, Tristan, hola Tristan. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Yuri is saying Netflix gives you in cash gives you 5 times on Netflix. Atum gives you 4 times on Amazon.
Yeah, but why complicate? You got one card that could do it all. Like, there's no point to having 3 or 4 cards to do everything that one can. Like, imagine this: if someone were, and I know this is not going to happen, but if someone were to come out with a 5% flat earner Who wouldn't take that over having 13 different cards to hit all the spend categories at 5%? You're gonna
Yeah,
take
that's a
the one.
no-brainer.
Yeah, that's what I'm
QC
saying.
man, thank you for the super chat, QC man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's true. You know what? And here's what's funny. I think you guys just made me realize something that I've been doing stupid for the past year because we know we always want everything quick, right? I never wait the extra day for that 1%, which is
Just
dumb.
wait for it.
Which is just dumb. I know. I never said, come on. I'm admitting my fault here. It's
Yeah.
true. It tells you could get 1 to 2% more.
Okay.
And I'm just like, no, but I really need that battery tomorrow for the thing that I never, used before. Wait, Chad, you got to charge your battery pack. Something's up.
On his camera, yeah.
We lost Chad.
And one more thing, right? About this is that with Amazon Prime, there's several ways you can redeem the points. And so redemption matters. Okay. So you can either redeem them to buy, like, let's say you want to buy something that's $100 and you have $100 in Amazon credit. Don't do that. Okay. The other thing you can do is use it as a statement credit. That's okay. Or you can redeem the cash to your cash account. The reason you don't want to actually use the points in the purchase itself is because if you take the $100 and you charge it to the card, okay, you get the 5% cash back on the purchase, which now makes it, $100 charge went onto the card, but you got $5 back in rewards. Then you take the $100 you had and put it against there. So you're netting 5% in the transaction. If you actually use the points to pay for the purchase at the point of purchase, you're giving up 5% when you do that.
So you're better off. Let's say you have, I don't know, 100,000 points for Amazon on your Amazon card, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were going to purchase something worth $200. What's the best way to do it?
Buy it for the charge the full $200 to the card, and then use the points to pay it off on the statement credit, or redeem the points out to your bank account and then just send them back to the credit. It works out the same.
So you're better off using it as a statement credit or cashing it out to your account.
Right. Never ever redeem the points against the purchase itself, because you are de facto giving up 5% every time you do that.
It's like using Amex points to purchase a gift card, $100 gift card, and you're only getting the
Same
6
thing.
whatever, right? That kind of crap like that. Okay.
Yeah. So always do it the other way. And I know it's like, when you think about it, it seems like that doesn't make any sense. Trust me, the math is there. You always want to charge the full amount and then use your points either against a statement credit or withdraw it and then pay it with that same amount.
Yeah, look, Vincent is saying Amazon Business Prime has had limited time offers of 5 times on everything up to $10,000 spent over 6 months. Yeah, I love that card.
They do. And whenever they do that, I end up going and prepaying for a bunch of like advertising, like Meta advertising credits. I just pre-buy them in massive chunks to get the 5x back.
Vincent is saying the Business Prime doesn't let you cash out points to an external bank account, but the points are useful for statement credits.
Yeah, that may be true. I'm not 100% sure on that. It's probably true, right? I believe him. But on the personal side with Chase, you absolutely can cash them out to your Chase account.
So this is QC Man saying, I guess along the same lines, do you have any hacks on how to liquidate the points on the business Amazon without using it on purchases?
I don't. Not without using it on purchases. The only way I know to effectively use that is a statement credit payoff, which is using it on the purchases.
So basically, you would just say, because that comes in with $1. Like if you look on your Amazon account, it'll show you what the rewards are worth dollar-wise, right? It has a point.
It'll give you the point value. So it'll say like 700 points, and then you just divide that by 100, right? So that's $7.
Right.
Yeah.
So then instead of saying, okay, I'm going to buy this and pay off the $7, you're saying, let me add it as a statement credit and just cash it out because
So what you'll do. So let's say you had 1,000 points, which is $10, and what you were going to buy on Amazon was $10. You have the option at checkout to say pay with the points, right? But you're giving up the 5%. So what you do is you actually charge that $10 thing to your Prime Amex, let it go through, and then once it posts, then use the 1,000 points you had to pay the statement balance or the statement credit.
Gotcha.
Right? And you net the 5% in the transaction.
Okay. Yeah, this is what. Okay, this is exactly what. Use the points on the Business Prime to pay off your Prime membership fee.
You could do that. Yep. Because it's a statement credit, right? It showed now here now. Okay, actually, that one is a little bit awkward. You can do that, right? So if you have a separate business Prime account standalone that you are paying business, Prime membership for the business account, then yes, that absolutely works. In my case, because I had a personal Prime, Amazon gave me the business Prime for free, but it's attached to my personal one. So it's two separate accounts, right, with two separate credit cards, one Amex and one Chase, but I'm only being charged the Prime subscription on my personal account.
Got you. Okay. I think that's what happened to me. Like when I first opened it, they were two separate entities, and then they kind of merged it together.
They let you link them together. That's what I did. Yeah.
Right, because one was costing me 130 whatever, the other one was costing me 60 something because I had and then they made it all the one fee.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Got you.
Which makes sense because you're the same person buying all the crap anyway, right? Like,
yep.
What's the point?
Well, guys, I have here on the chat, and it's in there. John, I don't know if you saw it. I know Juan put it up earlier, but I have Ernest links. If you can re-put them for me, guys, I appreciate it because I think it was way back at the beginning. But all of Ernest Texiota's links are there on his link tree. Really, there's just a lot of content. I know we've been all over with all the different things we were covering today, and it's just been really like my head hurts. I'm not even kidding. I'm laughing at Phil still because I can agree. I'm like, all right, this is a lot. So
yeah,
do you guys have anything you want to add? Because we're going on almost 2 hours, so I know we're gonna have to end it. But do you guys want anything, Chad?
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Hear you good.
Oh, I'm back. Okay,
Yes,
good.
you are, Papa.
I had a backup battery.
No, good.
And I had to change my little princess.
That's so cute. Oh my God. Do you guys have anything you want to add before we go and say goodbye?
Oh, I wanted to take you guys back in the time machine. I don't know if anybody remembers this oldie, but a goodie. It is a Visa Platinum card, right? It's not a signature.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Rakuten card.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, back in the day, this card, 3% back at Rakuten purchases. I'm really trying to test my memory here. But you could combine this with Rakuten deals and just like clean up.
Mm-hmm.
Before this, there was an Ebates card before Rakuten.
I remember that.
Ebates.
Yes.
I have that card here somewhere around here as well, but they retired this card. I think it was September of 2022 or 2023, a couple of years ago. But it's just something to take people back who have been in the game for a little bit. I've seen Ernest nodding. He knows about that card. He knows about the Rakuten card.
They don't have that card anymore. The Rakuten card.
I'm sorry.
I don't think you can get it anymore.
Card still or no?
No. It was retired late. I want to say late 2022. It was retired.
Yeah. PayPal also dropped they used to have a business MasterCard and they dropped it. They still have the personal one that they nerfed to 1.5 from 2, I think, on non-PayPal spend. But we've seen quite a couple of cards go in the graveyard over the last couple of years. So
yeah, and Yuri says Rakuten card was a Visa card that was earning MR points.
Yeah, and the thing is though,
it was a beast.
The thing is you can still earn the MR points with Rakuten, right? Just without the card. You have to use the thing in your browser when you're buying stuff. Yeah.
DJ October, how you doing, Ivan? Thank you for being here, Papi.
I want to add something that Xavier had touched on earlier. And this is something that I do for American Airlines points. I have the American Airlines business card. It's okay. Use it for the sub. I use it sometimes, but Simply Miles and the AA Shopping Advantage portal is just, it's OP. Yep. And they stack. In addition to that, you can link any MasterCard, like my Saver One, my Bilt card, my American Airlines card. So that would be a great deal for him. Even if he has to spend on Alaska to get the Alaska points, if a certain deal is running, he can actually get both points at the same time. So that's definitely something to look into. He may want to think about. Just want to throw that out there. And I have one question for Ernest, as I am in awe of him. I recently started a AWS profile, right?
Mhm.
Now, I've been interested in looking at the Amazon card on the Amex side, as it is a business card, and unlike the personal one, you get cash back on your AWS membership. And I was wondering if you had any experience with that.
I do, and yes, and it does, and it earns, and actually, I I have a lot of spend on that. So like
Mhm.
with one of my businesses that does a lot of cybersecurity work, we do a lot of stuff in AWS, spinning up all kinds of instances all the time. So we're running, I don't even want to say it's a lot of money through that card. And yes, you will get the whatever and by the way, they also bump that percentage from time to time. So when AWS is like having I don't want to call it a down quarter, but they want to generate more revenue, they'll bump the bonus on the AWS spend on that.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I just spun up a profile. I'm trying to create I'm heading towards my cybersecurity vein with all my certifications, and I'm teaching myself AWS fundamentals, and I'm going to build on that education. So
yeah, they have an entire tier in there. At least last I checked, I haven't checked honestly in over a year, but they used to have a tier that was like, if you were doing that, if you were trying to get the AWS certifications, they had a tier that was basically free. Now you
they have it.
Yeah. So yeah, you can use that. And then yeah, if you want to actually spin up instances and pay for them and all that kind of stuff, then yeah, you can use the Prime Amex for that.
So we have a request. And then I have one thing that I want to ask you guys your opinion on that I spoke to a subscriber earlier in the week about it. So Too Easy is asking, and I know Chad, you came in with it.
Nice.
He's asking for the wepas. We haven't done a wepa in a minute on a live because people have been shy all of a sudden. So can we get a wepa, guys?
Of course.
Sure.
I'm not shy about it.
Chad, hey, I know you got your kids there, Chad. If you can't, I get it. Chad just muted himself because he's like, wait a minute. Say it.
He's like, don't get scared.
Weapon.
Oh my God, yes!
Yes. You got the little wepa going.
Yes! That's a 10 out of 10 wepa right there.
I said weapon.
Oh my God, yes! Oh my God, that voice. Yes! You just made my night.
Come here, little buddy. Say
Yeah.
wepa.
I also do got to bounce in like 5 minutes. So
oh my God. All right. Karen Marie is here. So you heard the wepa from Chad's kids. Now, Ernest, give it to me, kid.
wepa.
Okay. Ernest, I'm sorry, puppy. You could do better than that.
I can do better. The problem is I don't have enough air to get it that low.
Like you could do it louder. Come on, for your chest.
For my chest, for my
Let's do this.
Wepa.
They're gonna be cruel to you. I'm just giving you a heads up.
Be cruel to me. Look, I don't have the Boricua in me. That's
Te jodiste. All right. Wow. Karen, the little people's weapon.
2 out of 10. I love it.
They loved it. Oh, they already gave you a 2 out of 10? Damn, they're rough.
Listen, I'm no Olympian. Yeah. I'll take the 2 out of 10, man. I'll run with it.
A 0.5. All right,
now,
you know what?
Cool.
This is gonna be a special weapon for me.
Okay.
For all the garbage that was said about Puerto Ricans this weekend. And I'm going to leave it there. But for things that were said that were so filled with hatred and just vitriol, I'm going to give them a weapon so that they can hear it wherever they are now. And that guy never works again as a comedian. Here we go. To all my Boricuas out there, en la Isla Bonita, are we ready? Lower your volume down. I'm telling you right now. All right?
I can't, but I'm here for it.
Chad, I want to thank your kids. 1, 2, 3. Puñeta! Right.
There you go. I love the ending on that.
All right? That's for all my Boricuas out there that ate crap this weekend. You know what? It says it right there. Again, I'm not better than anybody else, but no one is better than us either. Let's just keep it. So,
I mean, your flag has the same colors.
Yo, exactly. Then if you look at Captain America, it's really a Puerto Rican flag upside down.
Yeah,
Let's
you
just-
know who else? You know who else has a Lone Star flag with those same 3 colors?
I know.
My Republic. That's
Your
right.
Republic.
Wow.
Oh my God. So see, thank you, Karen. Thank you. Oh my God. See, I got
killed it.
100
You
out
killed
of
it.
10.
There's no question. He's much better. I got to work on it.
No. We will. You know, Yuri, I'm gonna let your comment go, Yuri, because I'm in a better mood. But I don't live in Puerto Rico because I wasn't born in Puerto Rico, but I'm still Puerto Rican. So that's how it goes. Deotis, thank you. So I wanted to ask you guys one last thing before we leave. I had somebody ask me a question. Best card to use at a wholesale club that also gets you an earner for regular groceries. I gave my subscriber one card. I wanted to see what you guys think before I give you what I gave him as an answer.
As what? Okay, I mean, I have a card. I don't have it right now, but I'm gonna get it, and that's the one I'm gonna use for all of the above, and that's the altitude reserve.
Okay. I didn't think that wasn't the one I picked, but that's a good pick. Okay.
Yeah.
How much is that card?
How much is it? It's $400, but then it has all the credits that make it 0, right? But it's a 3%. So it's 3% all mobile wallet everywhere I go, including Costco and Trader Joe's and Safeway. Everywhere I buy food at has mobile payment. So it's a flat 3%, and then you redeem it at 1.5x, right, through the
Okay.
thing. So basically, you could look at it as a 4.5x flat card if you're doing mobile wallet payments.
So what do you think, chat?
Well, I mean, off the cuff, I got 3 cards I'm thinking of. My my Robinhood Gold, because I can earn
3
on either one with it. The it's a Hilton card. I want to say it's a Hilton Surpass,
Okay.
because I can earn valuable currency. That currency would be valuable to me with it. And then the third one is slipping my mind for some reason, and it was just in there, and I'm not understanding.
There's
why
one of
it's
those
gone.
weird like AAA or Kroger
That's
cards,
the
or one of
one.
those.
So
One
the
of those.
AAA Daily Advantage.
Yeah, I was like, I
No
know there's one of
annual
those.
fee. No annual fee. You get the dining and you get the
But you have a cap.
warehouse club.
You have a cap on it though, right?
I'll tell you right now. I didn't think it did. Hold on.
Yeah, because I know which one you're talking about, and I'm pretty sure that one has
There's
a cap
2 of
on
them.
it.
There's a Daily Advantage, and then there's like a Daily Travel or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. They're good cards. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. They're from Synchrony, if that matters to you. But they're good cards. But to me, it's like, okay, I can play all these cap games, or I could just take an unlimited 4.5x from the altitude.
Oh no,
reserve.
fair enough. But I think also the question was for him that he wanted a no annual, like he didn't want to ding himself over the head.
Then that AAA or that Kroger that.
So this is
Yeah,
saying 5%
those
cash
would be
back
the
on
ones.
grocery stores and 3% gas, electric, and wholesale clubs, pharmacies, streaming services, and AAA purchases. So it's not
Mhm.
bad.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
so-
one, man.
I want to
And you
thank you
don't
guys
have
for
to be
that.
a AAA member.
No, you don't have to be a AAA member.
Nope, but you get a
Right.
discount.
Yeah, you get a discount. So I'm going to show you guys that I've evolved, and I'm going to show you why. People just don't learn.
What's up?
People
up?
don't learn. Yuri, I love you, Yuri. Yuri, you said you want to go to Puerto Rico next year, right, Yuri? My point is, if you're saying it about the island itself, Yuri, guess what? You included me. Whatever country you're from, Yuri, if I crap all over your country, guess what? I included you. So I'm going to leave it there because I don't want this to get political, but I'm going to take it there. Don't ever, and I don't care if I get 0. I don't care if I lose all the subs. Never. I will not tolerate anybody talking hate or talking about anybody else under no circumstance.
And it spreads wider than that, because even though like me and my Puerto Rican friends might, talk to each other or whatever, when push comes to shove, we're shoulder to shoulder.
That's what I'm saying. Why?
Yeah.
Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be a no-brainer.
Yep.
I don't care who you vote for or whatever, as long as you're involved and vote, that's what matters to me. Right? Your beliefs are your beliefs.
There's only 3 things that you need to be a good American: serve on jury duty, pay your taxes, and vote. Simple.
Yeah.
If you can do those 3 things, you're good.
And that's all it is. For me, I never even mentioned any political thing here. I was mentioning a dumb comedian who wasn't funny. It wasn't a roast to come at us as a people, that we're Americans nonetheless. I have a blue passport. Again, I can go on and on. And yes, I have been involved in politics since I was 18 years old in New York and New Jersey now. But I never let that interfere with the people that I care for, love. That doesn't matter to me. That's first. Family, friends first. Honest, this other nonsense, I'm not going to let people crap all over my people. Absolutely not. So, no, I will not accept that.
Yeah, that died with the 1960s.
So, Theodis, thank you, Papi, for looking out. I appreciate it. Theodis was trying to keep it low here, but guys, I'm sorry I went on a rant, but it's been irking me for a couple of days, and I'm human. I'm going to be 100 with you. I'm human. And you guys know that, see me every week. I wear my heart on my sleeve. What you see is what you get. I'm not fake. I am not phony. I don't pretend. So for something to bother me that much, I'm going to just say it because I have a platform for it. I can say whatever I want. If you don't, if you don't want to watch it, then watch something else. That's cool with me. So I'm sorry, guys, that it ended like this. But do you guys have anything you want to add at the end?
No, I mean, I'm with you 100% on that. I am the exact same way. And that's because I'm a Texan, right? So we're even worse. Like we're the worst. Like you don't even want to know. But yes, agree with you 100%. And that's why we love you, Joe, because you're always 100% with us on everything.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Ernest. Thank you so much. Chad?
I first of all, I want to say thank you to you both. I've learned a lot. Being here, I've absorbed a lot. Thank you so much for being patient with me and my littles. I don't know. Today, it's a weird world we're in. You know what I mean? It's like with so much ways to progress, people are actively trying to go backwards, but it's still a choice. You know what I mean? You can look forward or you can go backwards. Like if you attended this live today, you got some sage advice from Ernest, who I highly respect. I was looking forward to doing this. Joe, I highly, highly respect him. Like these are giants. And even if I said in my last perspective video, never be afraid to stand on the shoulders of absolute giants. And I just want to thank everybody for being patient with me and keep your fingers crossed for me. I interviewed for a position today and I've been on a tech journey. That's why I haven't been posting on YouTube. And I've been doing some amazing things behind the scenes. I'm going to be back to a more frequent release schedule, but I just want to thank you guys. I want to thank Joe, I want to thank Ernest. I want to thank everybody who's come out and devoted some time for my little people's wepa.
Let me tell you, Chad, you have your hands full and you took 2 hours and I don't know how you did it. I give you credit. Your kids are adorable. They're beautiful. God bless them. I want to thank you as a friend because we're friends. I want to thank you as a brother. I love you. I respect the hell out of you. And I thank you for always being here for me and with me. I don't take that for granted. Ernest, the moment you started making comments months and months ago, and then you came on, I knew you're stuck with me, kid. And
I know that too. And I appreciate it. Trust me.
And I just appreciate you being here and teaching us because I'm not lying. I learned a lot of stuff. I had no clue, none. And I don't fake it. If I don't know it, I'm going to tell I don't know. So I thank you for that. So I appreciate you guys for being here tonight. I appreciate. Look, it says this is so cute. Can little Wepa be referred to as Wepita?
Sure.
Thank you so much, guys. Everybody says thank you. Theotis, I really want to thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. And God bless you guys. I will not be here next Tuesday. It's a lot of, I like everyone else is just going to see and vote and do what we got to do and see what happens, right?
Yep.
Again,
I early voted, but yes, absolutely.
I early
If you
voted
haven't
today.
voted yet, get out there and
My
vote.
mom watched the kids specifically so I could go vote.
Mhm.
And you know what, guys? No matter what happens, we'll still come out okay one way or the other. It's
Yeah, we'll be here on the other side of
We'll
it,
figure it
isn't it?
out somehow, some way, some shape, some form.
Mhm.
Not everyone's going to be happy 1,000%, but it is what it is, and that's why it makes our country what it is, right? So I love you guys. Look at that. Theotis saying, Chad, 100%, you be blessed. Yes, we all got valuable information tonight. Thanks to all of you three guys. Theotis, I thank you, my friend. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Gente, I thank you. You guys could have been anywhere else, and you chose to be here. And like always, like we ended, I want to thank you for giving us the privilege of your time. Until next time, mi gente, I love you guys. God bless you. I will see you in 2 weeks. I have a special guest in 2 weeks. I should have been here a couple of months ago. You're going to be very happy. We're going to have a great time. God bless you. I love you guys. Good night.
Bye,
Good
everybody.
night, guys.
Take it easy.
Side by side.